Y-axis profiles have front and rear end differences. The end of the screw hole farther from the edge of the profile is the rear end. The end of the screw hole closer to the edge of the profile is the front end. The connecting plate needs to be assembled on the right side of the Y-axis profile. You can first snap the connecting plate into the groove at the bottom of the Y-axis profile and preset the position of the plate. Slide the slider nut into the groove. Cover the connecting plate on the slider nut and insert it into the groove of the profile. And then fix it with M5x 10mm countersunk head screws. Do not tighten the screws at this time, so as to adjust the position of the connecting plate. Adjust the distance from the edge of the connecting plate to the rear end of the Y-axis profile to 45mm. After adjusting the size, tighten the screws to ensure that the frame is stable and firm. Next, assemble the short profile. Note that the screw holes on the short profile are on the right when assembling. Put the slider nut in the groove of the short profile and fix it to the Y-axis connecting plate with screws. Do not tighten the screws for now. Make sure that the short profile is close to the Y-axis profile. And adjust the perpendicularity between the Y-axis profile and the short profile through a square ruler. After adjusting the verticality, please tighten the screws to ensure that the connection between the profiles is stable and firm. Next, install the right angle block to reinforce the connection between the profiles. When tightening the screws of the right angle block, please tighten the two screws alternately. Loosen the screw and then tighten it again to avoid internal stress during locking. After the assembly is completed, check the verticality of the two profiles again with a square ruler to ensure that the profiles are not skewed when tightening the screws. Perfect. First, fix the Z-axis connecting plate to the short profile. Align the edge of this plate with the cut surface of the profile. Then tighten the screws. Please tighten the screws as much as possible to ensure that the connection between the profiles is stable and firm. Please distinguish directions when assembling Z-axis profiles. Place the Z-axis profile. Put in the screws firstly, but do not lock the screws temporarily. Adjust the verticality of the Z-axis profile and the short profile through a square ruler. Make sure the profiles are perpendicular to each other and then tighten the screws. Note that please tighten the 2 screws behind the Z-axis profile first, and then tighten the 2 screws at the bottom. Please tighten the screws as much as possible to ensure that the connection of the Z-axis profile is stable and firm. After tightening all the screws, check the verticality between the profiles with a square ruler again to avoid skewing when the screws are tightened. Perfect.